All right, I'm getting a rewinder motor error on a Hewlett Packard T120 design jet. And the code is 45:10. And I'm going to go through the procedure of removing the left roll support. The symptom that I have is that the roll, I can successfully load it, and it appears that it's fine to start a print, and I start the print and it prints about 2 inches of the sheet and then abandons printing and cuts off a couple inches of the page. At other times it will spin rapidly forward and then backwards in a sort of chaotic fashion. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've done a little researching about it, and it seems it may be related to the rewinder mechanism. So we'll see if this fixes it. Okay, I'm able to successfully load a roll. And if I go to print a document, I want to demonstrate what's going on here. It will start printing. Seems to be working okay. Starts printing, and then it spins kind of madly, and then it stops printing. And it says, roll cannot be automatically unloaded. Please rewind the roll manually in order to solve the problem. So I just take it and kind of, I don't know if it's right, but I forcibly pull it out of there. I've actually made 2 prints at the forward edge of this sheet, so, but that's the symptom. And I can reload the roll and do it again, but that's what's going on. So I tried cleaning the encoder in the left support assembly here. It was not successful, so now I'm going to replace that left support assembly using the same process as I performed yesterday, except putting in the new part instead. The first step in the process is to turn the power off and to unplug the power cable in the back, which I've already done here. So turn off the power. The second part is to remove the front cover, which involves pulling the second step is to remove the front cover. You have to get access underneath here to the underside of the front cover. And from the underside, you need to pull forward. Makes an awful noise, but it is, that's the way the front cover is removed. It has clips on the back side here that you need to unclip from the body of it. So the next step is to remove the ink cartridge cover by pulling this door back and then pulling this out to the left. It takes quite a bit of force to actually pull this, but you want to move that in that direction. Here's what it looks like with the cover removed. It's a simple fit. Each of these brackets fit around these 2 vertical posts, if you will, and you just pull outward from it in order to remove it. You just got to pull it that way. It's a very tight fit, so you got to do it with some care. I used a little prying tool, a little screwdriver to assist in applying force to the actual clip. Okay, the next step is to remove the left cover, and that involves removing 1 screw down here at this location, And then also the single screw located in this position right here. These are T20 torque screws. And then in addition to those first 2 screws, there are 3 others, one located here, and then 2 on the back lift side, one located here, and another one located down there. Once those removed, the cover can be removed. Here's the removal of the left cover after removing the 5 screws. No doubt, much easier with 2 hands. If you have a USB plug at the rear of the device plugged in here, go ahead and pull that out because it'll interfere with the removal of the left cover. The left cover is removed like this. Just pull it left off the machine. It is apparently also necessary to remove the right cover. I don't know why, but in order to do so, you need to remove the screw at this location, and then also at this location. Then you have to open the top cover and remove one screw located at this location right here. And then 2 more screws on the right rear side, one located here and another located there. So a total of 5 screws, and then remove the right cover from the right hand side. It is then necessary to remove the back cover. And the first step in that process is to remove the multi-sheet tray from the back of the printer, like so. The next step is to remove 4 screws from the back panel. They're located here, here, there, and there. And those are T10 screws, not T20s like the others. Once those 4 screws are removed, the process is to remove the clips, or to unclip at the bottom. 4 clips in that location. Removal of the 4 clips, you can feel underneath here. There's one of them right there. And you just kind of push up on it with your finger as you peel back with the panel. There's the 3rd one. And the last one is, I think, right there. Anyway, and then remove the top clips. 1, 2, there you go. If you haven't already, remove the spindle from the support arms, and then also remove the cover over the top of the roll cover. Next, we're going to remove the upper roll paper guide. This involves removing 2 T10 screws from the right-hand side. This is looking at it from the back, so it's my left, but the right-hand side of this black plastic piece, and then similarly 2 more screws located here and here. Once the 4 screws have been removed, you lift up on the paper guide a little bit to disconnect the little pins in the bottom there and there. Lift up just a little bit and then slide to the right, or to the left of the printer, I should say. And that should detach what should be 2 pins in the end of this assembly. I notice on mine they're both broken off, and I did find one of these pins while taking apart earlier parts. So I don't know if this could be related to the malfunctioning on the rewind error. I suspect not, but you might notice that. Next, we're going to remove the flat cable located at this location by pulling upward on the cable. And we're going to go ahead and detach it from the plastic bracket which supports that cable so that it becomes free. Now we're going to remove the small cable, power cable here, by pulling downward on it. Be gentle with this as it is easy to break. And then unthread this from the Yeah, that's right. We need to disconnect it from the plastic cable here. This clip on the bottom has it's open on the bottom. I'm gonna peel that out of there, and then you're gonna do the same thing at the top. That's the second clip, and pull down under the third and fourth clips. I think that'll peel out of there. Okay, so now that's the power cable, and I think that's a communications cable, and they're both free of the circuit board. Now on the back side of the panel, on the left side, we're going to remove 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. These are T10 screws. Now we're going to remove 2 more screws on the left side of the left support, these 2. These 2 screws that we just removed, they are T15 screws, I believe. And we're going to take this cover or the support assembly and just kind of pull it to the left away from the bracket, and then just kind of gently lift it up here, making sure not to pull on the cables or damage the cables in any way. I gotta free up my hands. Well, I did a little further investigation. If you remove screws that are located here, there, and I don't have all the screws in. You remove this clip, which holds tension against the spindle. If you remove enough of these screws, then you can pull off this motor assembly. I don't think this is meant to be serviced, because this whole thing gets sold as a single part. But inside here, I thought this was interesting, there is an encoder mechanism. I believe this is an encoder, which has fine lines in that dark portion of the circle on the outside of it. And I don't know if this will come through on the video, but yeah, it's there it is. So I don't know if you can see, there's little bits of grease there, or dirt, or ink, or something on that encoder mechanism. And I suspect that's what's, there you go, you can see it there. I suspect that's what's causing the problems with the rewinder system, is that it's not properly detecting its position on the basis of that encoder. So if rather than replacing this entire mechanism, you would like to go inside of this and clean that encoder, I think that might be a way to fix that rewinder motor error. The only difference I see between the old part and the new part is obviously this white plastic piece that's in here. I tried gently pulling this out to see if it was just a removable, disposable kind of part, and it didn't come out. And I saw that coming out on a service manual. It looked like that was part of it. So I'm going to try installing it with that in and see what happens. Okay, here's the rewinder part reinstalled in the machine. I don't see any immediate problems with this plastic piece here. So we'll see how it may work with the left cover installed, but so far so good. The wires all connect fine. The flat cable up at the top here inserts fine. I've got things back together. So now I'll put the covers back on. We'll run a test. All right, well, here we go. I got everything reassembled, and we're gonna try a print here. I don't know whether this is gonna work. I give it maybe a 50% chance. Not looking good. Ink sensor warning. Canceling job. And it's bound up there. Or I shouldn't say bound up, it's unrolled itself or something like that. The rewinder, whatever. I think it's time to throw this one in the dumpster. I'm going to try one more thing, and that is to restore factory settings, reset the paper calibrations, and do a hard reset. I'm going to do all these things. See how this works. Upon restarting and entering the language and the country and that kind of thing, it goes through a process of making initial evaluation of the cartridges that are in the unit, and then it goes through this print head alignment process, which utilizes for paper the multi-sheet tray here. So it does not use the roll paper, but this is part of the process. All right, after the hard reset, the print alignment, and other initialization procedures, I'm attempting another print now. Let's see if this works. I'd give this a 20% chance of success. But here we go. Nope, there we go again. Same problem as before. Yeah, this one's going in the dumpster.